Hello, welcome to Accountant's Minute. I'm Peter Towers, Managing Director of ESS BIZTOOLS. Today's subject is week 2 of the transition to business advisory services. And we have 3 major announcements. We're making it easier for you to access 2 of the business advisory services product packages because we've removed the requirement for a contractual commitment. You can subscribe just for a month if you like. We're also going to reveal the items that you should be considering and talking to your clients about getting to the starting point to be able to introduce business advisory services. We're basing this on an interview with Andrew Geddes, the well-known accountancy industry coach and mentor. And we're going to continue with the theme that we had last week by looking at the development of product champions to assist your firm to be able to deliver an outstanding range of services under the banner of business advisory services. First to our big announcement. Next week on the 16th of March, we are launching 2 of our product packages that you need only pay on a monthly basis. There will be no locked-in contracts, and that's for our preparation package, which comprises 14 products, and also our starter package, which comprises 20 products. We will be announcing full details of what's included in the individual packages and the subscriptions next week, and there'll be no need for you to sign on that you're committing yourself for 12 months. We hope you will be with us for 12 months and many months after that, but it's up to us to supply you with these services and give you update material that will encourage you to continue to subscribe to ESS BIZTOOLS. We know that, and we are going to supply you outstanding products and services and ongoing advice and assistance that we hope that you will be with us for many years. Getting to the starting point, I had an interesting conversation yesterday with Andrew Geddes as part of a podcast recording. That podcast will be released on the 16th of March. But I thought I should share with you some of the matters that were discussed as we looked at how a firm gets to a starting point. Andrew said, first of all, that the accounting firm needs to make a decision on the type of services that you want to provide, that you're going to be confident about being able to supply. And that's why last week we discussed a range of products. They're all included within the ESS BIZTOOLS advanced package, but you don't have to subscribe to those. We have these other packages, such as the preparation package that I mentioned before and the starter package. And you can also subscribe to individual product packages if you wish. What do your SME clients want? That's pretty important. Who are your clients? What industries are they in? What type of services would they like to receive? Perhaps you should have that conversation with the clients. We have a special form which will assist you with that, and that's the needs analysis. To sit down and have a conversation over a cup of coffee with a client or a prospect to find out what type of services they might need. You might get a very pleasant surprise. But you also might get a bit of a wake-up call and find out that your client's been looking around because they didn't think that you were interested in supplying those services. The feedback I'm getting from the marketplace is there's more and more of those sort of surprises being found by accountants, that some of their clients are very close to moving on. It's a big decision for a client. They don't normally like doing it, but you have to be supplying the services that they need to be able to run their businesses in a competitive manner in 2022. So please think about that. Have they got a business plan? What do they need? what problems are they experiencing within their industry sector? Is there any disruptions? Who's causing them? What can your client do about it? Are they keeping up to date with technology developments in their industry? Or are they falling behind? Perhaps you can prompt them on that. So what makes your SME clients different? As an accountant, why are they different? Are you having to push people into doing some of these things all the time? Or are they keen adapters of the new thoughts that you're suggesting to them? Are they wanting to scale up their business? Have they been undertaking research and development and now they need to get funding to be able to commercialize that product or service that they've developed? If so, there's a range of services available for them. You could look at the Accelerating Commercialization Grant Program, which is up to $1 million on a 50% basis to assist with commercialization. Yes, $1 million on a 50%. So obviously that's meaning the government thinks some of these programs to commercialize could cost $2 million. Where's your client going to get that money from? They could get $1 million if they are successful in their application. But then they could also then look at the early stage innovation company process if they fit the requirements, or perhaps crowdsource funding, equity raising. Early stage innovation companies is the better way to go if they meet the requirements, because their investors receive a benefit for an investment in an early stage innovation company. And that makes them an attractive investment out there in the marketplace, where investors have got all sorts of opportunities being presented to them at present, haven't they? What makes your SME clients valuable to their customers? Do your clients have a plan to overcome these disruptions that are happening in their business? And they'll be rather unique if they haven't got any disruptions. And have they got a plan how they're going to keep up with technology developments? And have they got a plan to make themselves more valuable to their customers? We've all got to do that these days. We've got to be communicating as to how things can be improved, that you can supply services to your customers. Just like I'm talking to you today about how I believe we can provide services, and I hope that you as a viewer will become one of our clients. So this is the starting point as advanced by Andrew Geddes, and I agree with him. This is the pre-planning you need to be undertaking if you're seriously looking at what you're going to do in your accounting firm. Whether you're going to adapt business advisory services or utilize the services of ESS BIZTOOLS or not, doesn't really matter. But you should be sitting down, if you haven't already done this, and undertaking this type of exercise, having a good close look at your firm, your team, and your clients. What can you undertake? What is your team capable of undertaking? And don't underestimate your team, please. It's quite amazing what some firms are able to do in this space, that they didn't think they had people who could run seminars or talk to clients about their debtors days outstanding improvement strategies. They can do that. All your accountants have been very well trained through university and through the various professional organisations qualification programs. So use them. And that rolls into the next item that we're promoting this week, developing your product champions. Last week we gave the introduction to the first part of transitioning your accountancy firm. And this week we're looking at how you might develop your product champions, because they're going to be important. In not many situations is a partner going to be able to handle all this. I think it's a lot better to have a team within your firm and have some internal experts, your product champions. That a person becomes very conversant with everything to do with debtors management. Another person might become very conversant with Chief Financial Officer services, or raising capital as crowdsource funding, and perhaps a separate person for early stage innovation company. That probably depends how many clients you've got undertaking research and development type activities. If you've got a few of them, your early stage innovation company champion might be busy. And this is interesting, challenging work. And also there's good fees. So I think it's a win-win-win. Win for the client, win for your accounting team members who are going to have interesting and challenging work to undertake, and a win for your firm. You'll have diversified services. So the type of services that a product champion could be interested in is debtors management. I've mentioned that. Research and development. It's an interesting, challenging area. And you don't have to be a scientist or a science graduate to be able to advise in that area. We've mentioned the Accelerating Commercialization grant. That's a complicated grant application. It's in 2 phases. So you need to put some effort into understanding. We got material on it. The early stage innovation companies, obviously. I think every firm should have a good working knowledge of how those 2 key areas, early stage innovation company and crowdsource funding equity companies, work. Predictive accounting, the new terminology for budgets, cash flow forecasts, and projected balance sheets. This is the 3-in-1 financial forecast that the banks are now asking for. I must admit, I wonder sometimes if the banks really fully understand it, but that's the process they want. And it's a great way to be doing these forecasts. But you need to go back to the very beginning of the process. What's happening on the factory floor or in the retail shop? What's the production going to be like? And there's more: succession planning, government grants, charge out rates for tradies and professional firms, helping retailers to manipulate their various stock components and the markups to achieve a targeted profit. Personal risk, personal property securities register, business risk, selling a business, buying a business. There's plenty of things there for you to decide that your firm is going to develop product champions for. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. If you want to have a look at our website, you're most welcome. www.essbiztools.com.au. I hope that you're safe wherever you are around Australia, and I look forward to talking to you again next week. Goodbye.